Welcome, fellow masters! My name is Musaki, and today we will finally be getting to the Rider tier list. Let's jam. What's going on, guys? Chat, say hello, you're on YouTube. Yeah, alright! So once again, sorry about the delay, but me and Tristan were in the Bahamas, shacking it up. Probably not.
Probably not.
So yeah, we're here with the Rider tier list. You might be noticing a very big tier at the top. Yeah, someone mentioned that it doesn't seem like any of the lower tiers matter. This should give you a hint how we feel about all the current Riders. Yes, there's someone above the rank of EX. Hold on to your butt. Opinions are incoming. So if our list is different than what you think, I mean, comment below. Don't be a dick about it though. And don't send me DMs about the list later. Bing. Anyway, first up we got Medusa.
Dude, we're about to. Alright, I don't know if we're about to piss people off. I genuinely don't know. Medusa's a B.
I was tempted to add a tier, put her in C. But
no, she's not that bad.
Alright.
Come on, she's not that bad.
DW.
She needs help though.
So here's the deal. DW is so focused, and by the way, they've done some great things so far, but they're so focused on making Fate Stay Night servants so busted. So busted that they gave Sasaki Kojiro an unnecessary buff to his skills. They made Artoria be able for one turn to turn all her cards into buster cards. Emiya has this busted skill. Ku has a skill that's pretty good. Herc does Herc things. And what does Medusa get?
Nothing.
Jack shit.
Dude, you want to know what else they didn't do? They always focus on like Herc. They focus on Saber, on Emiya.
Yep.
They focus on Kojiro.
Yep.
Where the fuck is like Medusa or Medea's
Yeah!
buff?
What the fuck?
Why the fuck do they just not give a shit?
I am upset. They just clearly don't give a fuck about Medusa. And the thing is, she's super popular. And Heaven's Feel came out too, which makes her even more popular. And you're gonna give her not so great kit and okay Noble Phantasm. It's been years, and it shows that you guys are finally starting to buff some servants. I'm proud of you. You got the gold star. You passed the class. Now, could you go back and touch up Medea a little bit? Please? Because right now, Medusa Lancer, Anna, Medusa Lily, is the best Medusa, period. Unless you're like snakes and you're into being eaten, then you like Gorgon. But I mean, if you know about Medusa, you already know why she's at this tier. I'm not gonna waste any time. Look it up. Anyway, next up we got.
Can't see the list again.
God damn it. Next up we got the reigning champion of soloing content since 2015. The one, the only, St. George at EX.
Yeah, St. George is much like Leonidas. First skill, I still can't see the tier.
God damn it. There you go.
St. George is much like Leonidas. His first skill being a taunt is really like changing of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't see the tier. What are you doing? Why is this happening? What is going
Because
on?
I'm adjusting your volume.
Jesus Christ, it is like an epileptic seizure sometimes. Because sometimes it doesn't just like go out. Sometimes it like flashes rapidly.
Oh, I see. I can fix this for you real fast. Real fast. You know what? Not so fast. I lied. But here you go.
I lied. It was a ruse. We had him in the first half. Not gonna lie.
Alright, do you see it still now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Alright, cool. I fixed it.
Yeah, no.
Alright,
Georgios and Leonidas is much like Leonidas. He's there initially because of the taunt being his first skill, and then everything else that he can do and he provides for the team is just an extra like cherry on the top.
God damn it. Thank you so much for the super chat, my dude. But yeah. Yeah. No, seriously, he's great. This is for similar reasons why Leonidas is great.
Dude, one of the best things about Georgios is that one of his, so in order to become a saint in the Christian faith, you need to have performed 3 miracles. One of Georgios' miracles is after he was dead. 3 like hooligans were sitting on his statue without like giving faith to the statue, and the superstition at the time was Georgios would punish you if you didn't.
Right.
And for like 9 hours, they couldn't leave the spot.
Damn.
They could not sit up. And so the miracle is that apparently he forced them to sit there until they gave faith, and then once they did, they could leave.
That's hilarious. What the fuck? Time out! You can't move. Pray. Pick a god and pray, but preferably mine. Anyway, next up, we have Blackbeard, the Bronze Francis Drake.
This one is going to be a little weird to some people, I think.
I think so too.
Blackbeard's an A.
Indeed. Blackbeard is an A. Tell them what they won.
It's kind of weird, honestly. Right? We put Medusa in B, but we put Blackbeard in A.
Right.
That doesn't mean that he's like the best. It doesn't mean he's like the greatest. It just means that his kit works enough that he can be considered all right, and he doesn't need that much help to be all right. That's not to say that he can't use buffs. He can certainly be fixed, but his skill set with the Voyager of the Storm, Pirate's Honor, and Gentleman's Love is very good. The fact that he has a self-heal and a heal for feminine servants when like 70% of this fucking roster is females. It's very nice. Very utilitarian. He has a Guts that's also an attack up for himself. And he has, you know, Voyager of the Storm with a pretty alright Noble Phantasm. He's not bad. He's not bad. He just, you know, needs help.
Yes.
He would benefit greatly from a buff, but he's not like Medusa where he's just like actually not that good.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's called Mini Drake. Like, very similarly, if you didn't have Drake, who's fantastic, by the way, his skill set's similar enough to where you'll be okay. A little bit buff will push him over the edge, but he is fine where he is. He's not like he needs help. He could use help, but he's just like, he's not, I need help.
And it's not like he's drowning in the water like Medea and Medusa, and they're like, throw me a life preserver! And DW is just like, here you go, Kojiro.
Here you go, Kojiro. I hope you like it. What the fuck? Hey, next up, you got your big sis. We'll give you head pats and hugs, unless you're Roman. Boudica. Hey.
She's also A.
Also A. She got some good buffs that actually put her up. Honestly, before like the Roman trait buff, she probably would have been a B, maybe a C. That Roman.
No, dude, I'm actually like keeping in mind without the Roman buff why she's
really
an A. Because think about it, right? That requires Romulus. That's not her on her own. Romulus puts her into that position of where she could essentially be considered EX because of that crit damage. But that's only if Romulus is there. Right. Outside of that, nobody has that trait. Right? So like Boudica, Boudica's like gotten so many buffs. She's gotten like an MP buff. She's gotten a buff to her first skill, to her second skill. They made her second skill a targetable Guts now, with also a max HP up. Yes, her first skill increases the party's damage against Roman enemies, but that doesn't matter because it has a base effect of a 3-turn 50% crit damage up for the entire party, and she has a party-wide arts up, and her Noble Phantasm is a defense up, a further defense up, and an attack up. Like, she's a solid unit now, but it took her a lot to get there. But that doesn't mean that she's great or that she excels. She still has issues. She still flounders a bit. She needs a limited Grand Lancer 5-star to come out for her to be insane.
Indeed. Hopefully they'll help her out as well. Like, there's a lot of potential here. Like, I don't, it's not unusable. Just a lot of potential, and Hopefully Boudica gets it as well. But Tristan, we get to the next one.
How the fuck did we come up with like these tiers, and then like 2 months later they decide to buff this motherfucker, and now she's EX?
Because Ushiwakamaru's the GOAT! Yeah! Sorry, Mike. But yes, Ushiwakamaru. Also, EX. Seriously, very good.
At the time, like, we made this fucking...
That was like...
these tiers.
A month ago, month and a half.
No, it was like 3 months.
It was, yeah, well, whenever Lancer tier list came out, like, maybe like a week or two before that, we already had the Rider tier list planned. And then they did some buffs to Ushi. And then
they did some buffs to Meave.
They did some buffs to a couple people on this list. Yes, Ushi is very good. Her Noble Phantasm at the time literally was doing some of the strongest single target damage that a Rider could output at the time, back when she first came out. And even now, it's still a shit ton of damage. I
mean, even before the buff, she was like one of the 4 best riders in the game.
And that's insane to me. Those buffs only made her better. Obviously, she was old school serving. So back then, a buff was like, hey, you get a 3rd skill. But now they're like, all right, cool. So what if we made her quick buff, her 1st skill even better, right? Right? Yeah. Hey, what if we made her Noble Phantasm also pretty damn good, yeah?
You know, what if we increase the scaling?
Yeah, what if we increase the scaling on that shit?
Hear me out. Big brain, massive brain, humongous brain,
Word up.
Galaxy brain,
Word up.
Charisma. Let's round it out to 20.
Yep.
Then let's give her a 3-turn 50% crit damage up
And
make it a star bomb.
Yep, 10 to 20 star bomb. Are you kidding me? Like, she's absurdly good.
Yeah, so not only does she have the fucking 20% attack up for the party, she also gives herself a quick up, which scales multiplicatively, and she has the crit damage, and gives herself a star bomb. She's like incredibly self-sufficient, gives her everything she needs to succeed, and she was already one of the better, like one of the 4 best riders in the game. And I had her at like A+.
Yep, she was A+ before. She's a EX now. Seriously, so easy to get. So easy to get MP level 5. And what? She also just got a costume. Come on, guys. Ushi. EX. Legit. No takesy backsies. Next up, though, we got Alexander. Not Hamilton. Alexander the Great.
Not Hamilton. Alexander is like what? A?
We put him in A before.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of okay with that still.
Yeah. I don't think he really moves from A.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Nothing's really changed from him. He's still a really solid unit. He has one of the few buff removal skills in the game. He does have a party-wide quick up and a party-wide charisma.
Yeah, let's talk about... Yeah, go ahead.
If judging by like the way that DW is handling their buffs recently, though, I would say that you could expect them to touch up his charisma, because it does seem like they're in the trend currently of rounding out charismas that are sub 20.
Yeah, and this one's 8 to 16, so yeah, I could easily see them saying, "Oh yeah, cool, let's round that up to 20." Round that up. 100%. That's not Alexander. Yeah, it is. What the fuck? I'm blind, right? It's Alexander, right?
Yeah, no, that's
okay. What the fuck? Don't have me question myself midstream, okay? I was like, what the fuck is happening? I put Alexander up. But yeah, no, he's good. He's fine. He's a good unit. He's probably gonna get buffed at this rate if DW keeps on this trend. He's A for now, but I can easily see him going to A+, and potentially EX, depending on how drastic this buff is.
Well, I mean, I would see like if he got a buff to his charisma, could certainly see him going up to A+. It would be if they buffed his Omen of the Conqueror, the party-wide quick up. it would be if they buffed that and how like insane they buffed it that I would say, all right, he's EX, because they have the potential to make him a mini Scotty.
Dude, that'd be insane.
Right?
That'd be insane.
They have the potential to do that.
Yeah, Quick has a lot of tools at his disposal. Way more than Buster, funny enough. That's a damn shame. But speaking of Quick, Marie Antoinette. What's up, my homies? What up? What's good?
Yeah, no, she's A.
Yeah, also...
She's a solid A. We're about to have a lot of A servants, but that, you know what? That's okay.
Yeah, like... And I know people before are saying, like, dude, it seems like you were harder on your Saber tier list. That was our very first tier list, so we still kind of figured out what we valued and how we gauged it. And remember, I said we're going to go back through each tier list later on as time passes and update them. So things can move around. Marie Antoinette is still good, even at an A rank.
Yeah,
like,
we'll probably, like, go back to the other tiers after we finish all of them.
Yeah, we got to finish them all first.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go back, because then we'll never get done. So... But, I mean, yeah, real talk, like, she has a 10 to 20% charisma on the first skill, which was just a charm before, that only affected males. Now it's just one enemy. That's quite good off the rip. Also, early on, she was one of the few units that had invincibility for 3 attacks. Not just a turn. So, like,
yeah,
you just...
It's literally just Q's evade, but better.
It's insane to me. He's like, what the fuck? That's good. Holy shit. They really want to keep her alive. It's like, the whole thing is healing. Healing, let's stall. I'm going to stay alive. I'm going to recover my HP every every turn for 5 turns. Increasing the mental debuff mental debuff success rate. So making it easier for her charms to hit. So very self-sufficient in that regard. And then also increasing her noble phantasm damage. Removing party debuffs is great. We always value that. That is something that is highly sought after. But the damage got increased, and it also increases the party's crit damage for 3 turns as well. And increase the healing that you get. So it's fine, but she still isn't really the best when it comes to damage. She's kind of more like sustain. If maybe Tristan can correct me, I would kind of see her as almost like a lighter version of Nero for Quick, whereas their major thing is just staying alive and being there. And
yeah. She, because like unlike Nero, Marie actually gives things to the team, right? She has the party attack up, and she has the heal, and she removes debuffs. And she gives a crit damage up. Does the debuff removal and crit damage and heal come from her Noble Phantasm? Yeah. But with a double arts, double quick deck, with a 1% NP charge rate, she's going to get that shit pretty fast. So, I mean...
Agreed. I agree 100%. Next up. Why'd you say that name? It didn't say anything yet, but Martha!
A+.
A+. Happily A+. Good at A+. She is one of the best units that you can get early on, sans Helena. But we'll get to that in the caster list. She's really good early on. A lot of the same things that we value in Marie, we definitely value in Martha. The main difference being that she can just straight up remove party debuffs on a skill.
Yeah.
Not only that, like, it's a decent chunk of HP that you get off of that.
Yeah, it's like a 2k heal.
2k heal, not that bad. Removing enemies' buffs as well, and reducing their defense for the 3rd skill. That's also pretty damn good. As well.
And her NP also does significant damage.
Yeah, it reduces not only does it reduce their defense for 3 turns, unfortunately after damage. If it was before, it'd be way better. But it increases her buster performance by 20% for 1 turn before the Noble Phantasm goes off. And that's an AoE.
Also keep in mind that, like, she has, like, that targetable defense down. So, like, even though it is an AoE Noble Phantasm, it is scaling multiplicatively with the defense down and the buster performance up. So she is getting, like, two different types of like buffs that are buffing that damage, and with a 1.58 NP generation rate with a triple arts deck, she's going to be gaining that NP fairly fast.
Right. So
she can do DPS and she can do a fair amount of damage very quickly. but she's more for sustain and neutralizing enemy buffs and keeping buffs off of your party.
Agreed. Also, what kind of keeps her from EX, her hit counts are still pretty damn low. like you won't be generating. You generate a lot, but it's just the hits aren't really there. On top of that, her first skill is kind of lackluster. Increasing on debuff resistance for 3 turns, 100%, yeah, but that's not how debuff resistance works. Just because you're at 100% doesn't mean you're gonna be able to block all that. It's helpful, and a heal is kind of keeps you down, but like I said, it's more a sustain roll.
Yeah.
If we can buff like either first or second skill, either one, depending on how they buff her, she can go to EX. But I say A+ for what she has, that's pretty good. Next up, we got another contender. We got Captain Francis Drake. EX. This is a video I try my best to find like some sort of Pirates of the Caribbean song that won't get me DMCA striked. But yes, Drake.
Good fucking luck.
Drake is legit one of the premier rider farmers in this game. Like, skills kind of speak for herself. She has an party MP damage up for 1 turn and party attack. Granted, it's not 20%. So if they did buff her, I would buff that. But it's still significant for 1 turn. So it's telling you 1 turn, beat stick. Second skill, increasing the MP generation. Sure, fine, not bad. Third skill, this is the big boy. Charging your own MP gauge. 30 to 50% battery, guys. So when she came out in Okeanos, aside from Waver, there weren't many servants that could do that. I think Medea was one. Medea Lily, if I remember correctly. But still, the fact is that happens is great. She ignores invincibilities for 3 turns and gains 10 crit stars. Very, very good skill. And Noble Phantasm got buffed, so it's dealing even more damage, and it's like gives out 20 to 40 crit stars to minute overcharged. Cool. That's cool. Honestly, she could use a buff, but she's already really good with just this.
Yeah, the fact that she hasn't gotten buffed and she's still like one of the best riders in the game for farming specifically. Yeah, no, still, you know, really good. Really says a lot about like how solid her gameplay, her kit, and her design is.
It's kind of fucking insane. Like they built some units that they built early on, just they're good. They are just good. Didn't need to touch them. So yes, Drake is literally EX. If you get Drake, you are literally set for farming if you can level her up. Just probably only focus on her 3rd skill if you're gonna level anything up. Personally.
Like current state of like the game right now, where we are, could she use a buff? Yeah, she could. She doesn't need one, but she could use one. It would help.
Mm-hmm.
But she's doing just fine for herself as is, and she's not in dire straits of a buff. Certainly not by any means of the word.
Definitely. But if you get one, it'd be cool. Next up, we got Yuri Pirates. Anne and Marie. And Bonnie. Married. I believe they were A.
I can't find them in A.
I can't find them in A either. Did we make them A+?
No. God, no.
Did we just forget about the Yuri Pirates?
I think we forgot about the Yuri Pirates.
We forgot the Yuri Pirates. Oh yeah, don't you love some scuff?
Dude, we are professionals.
On top of it, professionals. We are FGO content creators.
We made this list 4 months ago!
And we just now realized Yuri Pirates is not on
4 months ago!
Oh my god. Alright.
Alright, B or A. Where we B or A?
Ah, shit. Don't do that to me. I say A because even though I don't personally like them, they do have a kit that actually can work for you. I personally do not like them. That does not mean that they are absolute shit, though. Let's see, what bullshit reason can I give to in this thing? Because we're probably gonna adjust this if I can't come up with it. First skill, okay, that's not that good. Second skill, okay, that's not that good. Third skill, I mean, okay, it's not that good. You know what, there be.
Like,
I forgot what Marie did, even with the buff that she got.
Yeah, I mean, the buff is only to the fucking NP, dude.
Yeah, like that's
Like
what I mean. The buff to the
her,
NP.
her entire kit is about trying to generate stars so that she can crit, but all of her shit is for 1 turn aside from her voyage, which is a 3-turn 50% star generation increase.
On top of
yes,
that,
she's got like a double R to double quick. Yeah, cool. All right, her crit damage is for 1 turn. She has a 1-turn star absorb with a 1-turn attack up. What then?
Yep, and on top of that, the whole thing of her being like, hey, yo, the lower my health is, the more damage that I do. It's like, cool. Do you have guts? No. Bitch, sit your ass down. You in B tier next to Medusa. You need some help. You need some milk. Dang. That's a damn shame. Anyway, next archer. Wow, next archer? Hello!
Next archer! Fuck yeah!
Next rider! Fucking Merry Christmas, motherfucker. Santa Altar is here! And she is at a solid... What, A?
She's an A.
Yes.
Yeah, we have her at A. Yeah.
Yeah, solid A.
Yeah, that works. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
honestly works, because she needs some help too. She was good for a while. Early on, she pretty much was just Saber Altar, but a rider. So like, yeah, Saber Altar is pretty damn good. But it's been almost 6 years. It's been 5 years since that Christmas event. And it shows. She really is out of date. Everything about her skills, I remember to the date when I made that Christmas guide and I was going over her skills and I was like, man, this is just such a good unit for the time. Little did I know that power creep would change so much. It was like the first skill, you recover 3,500 HP targetable and you increase their critical star generation by 30% for 3 turns. That's pretty good. It's not bad. It's great.
It's a good targetable heal.
Yeah, the instinct is still shit. It's just a 15 crit star bomb, and that's it. The bust, the mana burst, 25
is weaker than hers.
25 to 45% for 1 turn.
It is literally weaker than her original mana burst.
Which kind of sucks. And then, you know, we got her Excalibur Morgan, which, to be fair, for 50% values, when normally around that time, like, Buster performance is like 300% or 350.
Well, I mean, keep in mind that, like, as a welfare for those who have her, they're gonna have her at max, which is 650. Right? So, like, she's not bad, but, like,
dated.
She's super dated. So many units have come out that, like, while her kit is okay, it's not the best anymore.
Right.
It needs a touch up.
Yep.
But they don't really like touching welfares.
Nope. Especially welfares you can't get anymore.
Exactly.
Just fucked up.
Which is really weird why they buffed the Shiki. But, you know, whatever.
Random ass theory. You're gonna let you get welfares for the 6th anniversary. Somehow, somewhere.
Somehow, someway.
We'll figure it out. But next up, next rider, is the guy that will never, ever make me look at Monster Energy drinks the same again. Astolfo!
He's an A.
A. Yep. I don't know why
You
I
were
said
about to say A+, huh?
I was like, why do I want to say A+?
He's not the best, but he's not the worst.
Astolfo. If you love Astolfo, that's one thing. If you're like Giguk and you like Astolfo, that's fine. I'm not mad at you. I am a little concerned because their skills are all over the place. Like, first 2 skills is like pretty meddling. Monster strength, okay, 8 to 28% for attack for 1 turn increase. All right, whatever. You can stun 1 enemy for 1 turn. Not even 100% chance, by the way. So, all right, sure. If it's not 100%, then it's 0%.
It's 50.
Or 50? Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, if it's not 100%, it's 50%.
Yeah, thank you. I said that wrong. And then the weird ass evaporation of sanity skill. And it's just like, all right.
Keep in mind that buff success rate doesn't matter for it.
Oh my
it is its own fucking thing. The only thing that like actually matters is the fact that it's a 50% battery.
That is
max
it.
level.
Literally.
That's it. That's the only saving grace of his entire kit.
The fact that it's a 50% battery, boom. All right, cool. Now you have a rider with a 50% battery. That's not a 5-star that you can use to farm. But guess what? Damage wasn't that great.
His NP only hits once.
One time.
So
yes.
He can't even loop with the Scotty system if he wanted to, hypothetically speaking. But we're not even looking at that.
But yeah, no. Ignores defense for enemies, so that's fine. But man, bruh.
I mean, even then, like, ignoring defense, he's an AoE. So like, it's why the fuck is a defense ignoration on an AoE Noble Phantasm? Why the fuck are you fighting shit that has defense ups? Why are you fighting multiple enemies that can do that?
For me, it's just the weirdest thing is that when they try to put lore into some of these servants, and it just completely trashes them. I'm still willing to give Astolfo an A, just over the simple fact that they have a 50% battery, and you can use them for farming in some situations. Aside from that, if you don't like Astolfo, don't fucking level them up. If you like Astolfo.
Astolfo is an A because, like, he has, even though his first skill has, like, nothing going for it, the fact that it's a one-turn, like, steroid with a 50% battery is pretty alright. Why, like, that means he can nuke one wave. That's fine. That's fine. We have units in this game that can pick up the pace from there, but he's certainly not good for anything else other than that.
And
it's certainly better than fucking Medusa.
Yeah, and being a meme lord. Gotta add that in there. Chloe, Anita, close the door, go to bed. 1, 2. Yes, go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. No. You've been really whiny today. You've been whiny since you can get home. Bring it here. If you knock something over, you're getting in trouble. I already told you. Get your water, go to bed. You understand? Alright. Next up, we got a little bit...
I don't think she changes where she is.
Yeah, so I agree. But I still just wanted to preface that the buff that she got is really good. However, that doesn't mean she's EX, because it's still kind of narrow. Anyway, we'll get into it. A+, Miva's A+. Why is she A+? Well, she's really fucking good. She's a great single target single target damage dealer, first of all. She can slay bosses with the best of them. Her skills are also quite good. Give me a moment, please. Cool. Quite good. Golden Rule Body, which is already a decent skill, was giving 30% MP every turn, also healing them and gives them debuff immunity for 3 turns. But those Mad Lads decided to buff her even further by saying, hey, now you also charge the MP gauge of all males in your party or fairy allies in your party. That's pretty good. That's 20 to 30%. That's not bad. That actually, it's weird because she's a DPS that also supports the team, because that's not the only skill that does that. Her charisma example was just a regular charisma, not that great, but when they buffed it with an interlude, increases the party attack for 3 turns and further increases it if they're male. Also rounds up the attack to 20%. So 2 20% buffs if you level this up to 10. That's 40% for 3 turns. And on top of that, it heals herself for 2k. Adding that with the first skill, she's healing herself a decent amount, like over time. Third skill comes out, and that one got buffed, because that was just increasing your charm that was just charming a male for 1 turn, and that wasn't even 100%, it was 80%. Now, still 80%, but regardless, it lowers your defense 20 to 30% for 1 turn. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, because now at the very least, yeah, the charm didn't work, but you're going to be weaker. And it doesn't matter if they're male or not. That's going to affect the target. And again, Noble Phantasm got upgraded. Literally, Meve got touched everywhere. Take that how you will.
It's kind of what she wants.
Kind of what she wants. First skill, second skill, third skill, MP. Everything has been changed. Like, damage, MP damage was like, okay, it's not bad. Now it's increased even further. She's doing a shit ton of damage now. Also, reducing the mental debuff rate, that's increased as well. So you have overcharge of 60% debuff resistance, so make her charm work better. Cool, awesome. A+ though. Good unit. Solid unit. I don't see her being the X, but fuck, man.
She's like, I don't know. She's been like, her everything is geared towards buffing males, but her everything else is also trying to make her NP hit harder, which is really weird. Because
right,
I think if they gave her like a buster up or like just a hard battery for herself instead of like the regen, maybe I could see an argument for EX. But like, she has a lot going for her that if it was all centralized in one thing instead of split between two things, she's A+ because of that, right?
Right,
she's got a lot, but she's split into two kind of things she wants to do: buff others and then buff herself. If it was more centralized into one of them, then I think it would be easier to say.
She's spread a little too thin at the moment.
Yeah, she's spread a little much, isn't she?
Yes, still pretty wide. She's ready to receive whatever you're giving her.
Yeah.
Now, next up, we have the King of Conquerors, Iskandar. I believe it was A+.
Look at this A+ looking ass motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was A+.
Yeah, no, it was A+.
Cool.
I still stand by that.
I also still stand by that. Iskandar suffers from the problem of being a great 5-star rider in a sea of great 5-star riders. Because, you know, first skill charisma, nothing really too hard to kind of comprehend about that. It's a normal charisma, 10 to 20%. Military tactics got upgraded to increase the MP damage and the crit damage, 20 and 30% respectively, which is pretty damn good. And third skill, increasing that buster performance and his crit star generation by 50% for one turn. That's 30 to 50% buster performance for one turn. So you got the multiplicative stacking already there between the MP damage, the charisma, and the buster up. So you cracked the code. You're going to be doing a shitload of damage. And then on top of that, his MP got buffed. So now it's doing updated values a little bit. It also reduces the defense for 3 turns and reduces their critical attack for 3 turns as well. If the reduced defense happened before, this be fucking insane. It's already really strong, but just imagine that, Tristan. Reducing their defense for 3 turns before hitting.
I mean, it would be nice, but he already has like a charisma, a 3-turn 20% charisma, and a 3-turn 20% NP damage up. That's also a 3-turn 30% crit damage up. So like, he already has like 2 different buffs going into that NP, and since the defense down registers in the game as an attack up, it would just be adding on to the charisma. It's the fact that he not only has the attack up, the NP damage up, he also has the mana burst. So like, that's all scaling with the NP damage additively with the multiplicative of the buster and the attack up going into that AoE. The issue is he has no battery.
Nope.
He's a fucking AoE. He's one of the few AoE busters in this game that has no sense of NP charge rate or battery. And it was such an issue. He's actually the only unit in the entire game that had an interlude that literally buffed his NP charge rate. He's the only unit in the game to have his direct stats affected by a buff.
Yep, you can check it up. You can check it out. It's a 20% increase. They need to give him a battery, and then we'll be talking here. Well,
give him a battery. Like, buff his Lightning Conqueror to be a you can keep it like a one turn bust her up. I don't give a shit. But make it like a 50% battery, and now we're talking someone on the tiers of Drake.
Yes, this is Drake level. That would be the only buff that would just keep him there. Iskandar is really good, and I know a certain someone loves Alexander and Iskandar to death. But A+. And that's not a bad tier, guys. A+ is really good. So, that's what we're going for there. Next up, Golden!
Oh, man. I feel like we were just here.
We were just here. Sakata Kintoki. How can we honestly, even if you can't get him anymore, say that Kintoki is an A+? Let's be real. Seriously, one of the best four stars in this game.
EX.
Like, sorry, EX, my bad. It's been a long day. Point is...
Yes, it has.
Point is, EX, one of the best units. One of the best 4 stars in this game. Arguably. One of the best welfares in this game. Simple, but effective. Because just because a unit is simple does not mean the unit is bad. If you're good at what you're doing. So, why oh why is Kintoki, Rider Kintoki specifically, so good for all the people that were unfortunate to not play this game when only Gaishima was around? First skill is a quick performance for 3 turns. Normal 23%, also increases crit star generate for 3 turns, not bad. Second is a 30 to 50% battery. What do you know? Does it do anything else? That's all you need. Remember, this is a welfare. You can get it for free, or you used to. Third skill is increases own offensive debuff resistance for 3 turns. That's crazy. A heal, not bad. Niche usage, not bad. Go down, has divinity, increases damage. His noble phantasm, really good damage. Remember, you're getting him at MP level 5, so he's already doing 2,000% for damage.
I mean, the thing that makes his NP fucking nasty is normally when you use single target NPs, you have like a waiver in the front, and then another unit in the front, and then Kintoki. Because Kintoki's overcharge is one of the most broken effects in the game to this day, because it's a scaling 10 to 90% quick up that activates first. On top of the quick up he already gives himself for 3 turns. In 1 turn, you can essentially give this motherfucker 120% quick damage up. Before Scotty even existed!
It's a damn shame. My God. Rider Kintoki's is the GOAT. Like, it's really good.
This dude came out in year 1, and he was still soloing, like, actual Lost Belt bosses into, like, Lost Belt 1 and Lost Belt 2.
Yep. He's insane. DW really needs to let people get him again, because, seriously, you have Rider Kintoki, he's fucking gonna take care of you. Like, you have literally nothing to worry about. Next up, we have Ozymandias.
We were literally just here.
We were literally just here, and now we're back again because...
Oh, my lord.
Oh! Pillaman, assemble! Once more, we have another 5-star rider here in Ozymandias, very clearly. Once again, when you look at him and what he does, it's very clear why he is a 5-star EX rider servant. Once more, if he were to be buffed, please buff his first skill. The charisma is lacking. Come on, bro. Don't do the Pharaoh like that, please. Next up, Imperial Privilege. You know about that skill from Nero. 60% chance to increase defense and attack and recovers HP. Now, that doesn't sound that great, but third skill. Charges the entire party's noble phantasm by 20% and increases the party's buff success rate by 20 to 40%. Literally, his own skill set negates the demerits of Imperial Privilege. Imperial Privilege, whole thing to keep that shit balanced is the fact that it's a chance base. And built into him, he has the literal protection of Ra to say like, no. It's 100% now. 100%. You're good. Just start off with the third skill and then do everything else and you're Gucci. Now, if that was it, Cool, maybe he's A+, but no. Noble Phantasm, really good. Does a lot of damage. Seals MP for utility, and also reduces their defense even further. Is a good skill. He's a good servant. Very simple in a way compared to like year 5 servants with all this other shit going on, but effective. Can't beat it. It's really good at what it does. Would you agree, Tristan?
Yeah. He's fucking good.
It's like, what more do you want? I mean, if you did buff him, great, cool. I would love to see how you would buff Ozymandias. He doesn't need it. There are other servants that need buffs, DW. But once you buff all them, if you want to buff Ozzy, go ahead. Like, look, you gotta
again. Ozzy has a charisma below 20%. You can see sometime in the future them either buffing his MP or his first skill, because they like to just do this thing lately with buffing charismas and rounding them out to 20.
Which, hey, more wins for me. Now then, next writer.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Man, I feel like we were just here. We're going for the triple whammy, boys! Because Mordred Rider is literally EX as well. You can't argue that. Rider Mordred is very good. And that was even before Castoria. Castoria blew her into the stratosphere, but she already had everything she needed to loop on her own. Unfortunately, actually no, not unfortunately, because there's gonna be some chances for you guys to get her potentially in the future if you missed her, because she was one of the first summer servants of FGO. But reason why she's so good, 23% arts performance is the first skill. So right off rip, 4-star. All right, cool. 3 turns, 30% arts up. Okay. Mind you, she has a very unique passive that already gives her a 5% arts performance. Thank you so much for the follow, Ohaizi XD. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but you know, it'd be like that. Second skill, granted that hot evasion and crystal generation. The fact that she has evasion is pretty good in case things go horribly wrong, you can still save her, which is good. Third skill, she gets the guts, so more protection, 1 time for 3 turns, and charges her MP 20 to 30%. Some people might be saying, well, that's not a 30 to 50% battery. Why does that matter? It matters because she's a looping machine. My dude, let me tell you. Noble Phantasm deals damage to all enemies, 5 hits, 450% to 750% AOE, has a chance to reduce their MP gauge by 1 depending on overcharge level. She has 2 hits on her MP. 2 hits on her arch cards. I apologize.
This was the original looper, right?
This is it. This is what started the concept of looping.
Yeah, she was the first one to ever loop.
Like, there is a reason why Mordred Rider and Squirtori are very similar, and yes, they're both in the X tier because they started this whole shit. This is a very simple layout, but effective. Like, I may be saying that a lot, but you can be simple to a fault, but that does not mean that you are bad. Like, you have your applications. As long as you do your job effectively, you're good, in my opinion. And in this case, good enough to be EX. I mean, look up a video. YouTube is there. You'll see Mordred being able to loop on her own. And Castoria makes that even stronger. That doesn't even play into this. This is just a bonus. This is something there. Alright? So, enjoy that. Enjoy that. Next up, we got Quetzalcoatl coming in. She's an A+. Well,
alright.
Oh.
After the buff, I've been debating on if she's
you're right, she did get fucking buffed. Oh my god. Okay.
It's such a good buff.
Alright, let's talk about it.
It's so simple, but it's so good. Especially for her kid.
Right, let's talk about it. So that's gonna be for the first skill, right? Her charisma. Yeah, the fact that it's By the way, we apologize. Gilgamesh is the only one with the highest charisma. Quetz has it too. We're sorry. Anyway,
Quetz has it, as does Caster Gil.
As the Gilgameshes and Quetz. We didn't mention Quetz when that came up, but it adds a 15 to 25 crit bomb onto that. Now, Justin, tell the folks at home why this matters.
It matters because of Lucha Libre, which is her third skill. It is a star absorption while also being a critical nuke of 30 to 50%. So the fact that she gives herself all the crit stars she needs in order to fucking take your ass and pile drive it into the fucking ground, on top of also being a 30% battery, means that because she's a double buster, double arts, she can theoretically NP buster and just nuke your bitch ass into the stratosphere.
And for that oh my god. Mucha lucha. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Aura. So yeah, no. Really good. Really good. Kinda hard. I have her A+ right now, but
she does like everything Ozzy does, right?
Right.
So I like just based off that, I'd put her in EX, right?
Yeah, the only thing she doesn't do is that the utility with the MP, but because she hits so hard.
She her NP seals. It just doesn't lower her defense.
Fair enough.
That was one of like the contentious points early on, was who's the better 5-star rider between Quetz and Ozzy, because their NPs did the same thing. Quetz was just more aggro in her kit. Ozzy had the party-wide buff and the more utility, right? I think with this buff, it like solidifies her that she hangs up there with Ozzy.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go. EX party, boys. Ozzy Quetz join the EX club together. I agree with that, because I honestly forgot that those two were like literally fighting for this title. But just adding a crit stars into her kit really does wonder, because she already had the absorption and crit damage increase. See, she already had the blueprint. That's crazy. That is crazy. Next up, let's look at this motherfucker with the smile that only a mother and Tristan can love.
Hell yeah, it's my boy!
Fucking,
look at this motherfucker in A. Let's go.
Oh my god. His pointy ass beard and shit. But
Dude,
you take it away on this.
Bro, alright, y'all, people like to say that fucking Blackbeard is the budget Drake. Nah.
It was.
No.
He was.
He was. And then Columbus decided, no, I'm the new hot shit.
Look at me.
I'm the new hot shit.
I'm the captain.
Voyager of the Storm, Unyielding Will, and Conquistador. What do those do? Voyager of the Storm, everyone should know. NP damage, attack up. Yeah. Second skill, fucking battery. And it's a guts. Third skill, Star Bomb, and it's a buster up. On top of the attack up and NP damage up. On top of an NP strengthening that he got. This bitch is literally budget Drake. He does everything that Drake does, but weaker. Everything that Blackbeard does, but stronger.
So why is he an A with Blackbeard and not A+?
Because he doesn't have like anything else. It's all for one turn.
Outside
of the buster up, everything he does is for one turn.
God damn. So he's literally
right.
Like,
so he's a one and done. Granted, yes, he has a double buster, double arts, but he doesn't really have anything else to help him out with that. Right? He doesn't really generate stars outside of like that star bomb, but he doesn't have any crit damage. Right? So the star bomb is kind of wasted on him.
Right.
He doesn't have like any neutral. So outside of like the one and done, because like Drake is also a one and done, but the way that she does it is so much like more than Columbus. Columbus is like a solid unit, but he's missing something that he like excels at and then like defines.
Well, I heard that, but yeah, no, I agree with that. Made altar. Now, I know Wolf.
Yeah, I've
will,
read A+.
Yeah, I was about to say now. I know Wolfie would enjoy this, but yeah, Summer Mordred is better than Ryder Walter. in this case. She's really good, don't get me wrong. She does require some MP levels if you want her to be super effective, which is good. I mean, honestly, the fact that she can increase the party's quick performance for 10 to 20% isn't bad, and also increase her own attack by 20 to 30%. So right off the bat, one skill, multiplicative stacking. Pretty good. The weird skill is coaching, which they did buff. And even then, that's a little bit confusing, so I might have Tristan explain that to me. Let's go!
What? Sorry, I just got sent a message. What am I?
That is totally fine. We also just got sub bombs.
I have a way for us to end the stream today, by the way.
Oh my god. No, Wolfie gave a thing. There you go.
Alright. So, what am I explaining about Artoria?
And, thank you so much as well for the host, Mirror26. You're explaining coaching.
Oh. So, this unit was really weird when she came out first. Because coaching used to be just like this one skill that reduced a cooldown by 1. And normally, you would use that for herself, right? Because her third skill, Reloaded, has at max rank a 3-turn cooldown. So, you would use coaching on her third skill after using it to get a second proc of it, boosting yourself up to 60%, while having the 20% quick up from earlier, getting up to 80% quick up with a 30% attack up. But now it also increases max HP of whoever it's used on. So it essentially gives her also like fake HP if you use it on herself, because nothing else really changes. Outside of that, other than just the max HP. So her kind of use still kind of stays the same, where she has this. Think of it like Ishtar, right? Her main damage boost comes from waiting a turn to get the 50%. So you nuke one wave, then the 50% starts, and then you pop her battery with pop like a waver, and then there you go, you nuke everything in front of you. That's kind of like how you think of Rider, Alter. But you know, power creep, where we're at currently in the game, she hasn't had any raid ups really, because again, Summer Servant, they don't really get raid ups very often.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man.
It's really sad because, like, the only other unit you have to really compare her to is Kintoki and Ushi, because they're the only other single target quicks. That's not even a meme. Going forward, we will not have a single target quick afterwards. So the only 3 we have are Kintoki, Artoria, and Ushi. And Ushi and Kintoki just do her job better.
Damn sure.
They do her job, but literally better, hence the EX.
Damn shit. Really? You gonna do me like this? Alright, fuck it. Guess you're looking at my shirt. Anyway. Now, let's move on to Rider Ishtar. Rider Ishtar, I believe we had her at A+.
Did we?
No. No,
she's an A. Yeah, no, she's an A. Yeah, that's right.
I think this is excuse me. I think because it's dated.
It's very dated. Her second and third skill are very
Yeah, her first skill's great. Like increasing quick and buster performance for 3 turns, 10 to 20%, and increasing MP generation for the party. This is all for the party. Pretty damn good. Second skill, you got an evasion and a crit damage. That's pretty normal. Almost every early evade did that. Third skill.
Also, it's only an evade for 1 attack.
1 attack.
It's
sorry.
Not even
so
one
no
turn
limit.
Attack.
So still pretty good. That third skill though does a shit ton, right? Invincibility, crit damage, crit generation, MP generation, debuff resistance, healing received. Really good buff. 30 to 50% for most of those. And then you have a 500% chance to stun yourself afterward. The turn after you do this. Fuck, man.
She just stuns herself and it's incredible.
Like, great. Even her MP is not even that bad. Increases quick performance 20 to 60% before attacking. It's AoE. It's not bad. She also has Goddess Essence to increase her own damage. Another way to be multiplicative stacking. Doesn't have a charisma built into her kit or anything, but you know, it's pretty solid. Just, fuck, that third skill really does kind of fuck shit up. And they probably will never touch her because this is Summer 2 event server.
Like, her first skill is essentially Wolves of Miyu. Mibu? Miyu? Mibu. The fucking second dude to do the CE, right? But, like, that's essentially what she does, right? But that's, like, the best part of her kit, because the other two are just, like, really rough to use coherently. So, what you end up just kind of using her as is a one-turn nuke, or a plug suit buffer, you know?
Yep.
And I love my Reines. I really do.
Yep. He does. No meme.
Like I got, like, looking at it objectively, like, she's good, but she's not great.
But next up, we gotta talk about the greatest Tsar to ever live, Ivan the Terrible. A+. Really fucking good.
Yeah.
Really fucking good unit. Mainly because he got that buff to his MP, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Flavor-wise, Ivan's a win with his skills. It's definitely a win. First skill.
Okay, I want those videos to come out.
They will. Okay, you decided you want them to come out now.
Yeah, no. I put time into that shit.
All right,
that
good.
shit was so. That shit was so good.
All right,
was great.
All right, cool. Got it. I'm glad you didn't give up on him. Contradictive Mind A increases MP generation rate for 3 turns and removes on debuffs, which is not that bad. 30 to 50% MP generation rate, and the fact just cleansing debuffs. It's keeping you in the fight. Second skill, 5 to 10 crit stars every turn, increases buster performance for 3 turns. 20 to 40%. 20 to 40%. Pretty good. Not 20 to 30.
He's lots of damage given physical form.
It's like, okay, cool. Third skill. Got some protection, invincibility for 1 turn, and reduces all enemy attacks for 3 turns, and also removes their buffs. Holy shit. The whole party say, nah, and y'all attacks weaker, and you can't even touch me anyway for 1 turn. This is my supreme authority. Fuck you. Like, alright, shit. And
you stupid bitch.
Oh, fuck. And then we got his MP, which before was still pretty good, because it dealt some damage. It reduced their buster resistance by 20% for 3 turns, and before it activated, increased MP damage. These mad lads decided that they were going to not only increase the damage of the MP, but also increase the buster resistance that is reduced by to 30% instead of 20%. I think he probably might be EX if that happened before damage, but still really fucking good. He hits really hard. So yeah.
I don't know. I think if he had like an actual attack up.
Yeah, you know what? And all that, he doesn't even have something to increase his actual attack.
Because again, like a face card resistance down just is like a buster up, right? So so not only does he have a 3-turn buster up, he also has this 3-turn 30% buster up, which essentially like is just an additive on top. So yeah, no, his buster cards are gonna do a fuck ton of damage, but they could be doing even more if he had like a defense down or like an attack up, right? Is that the real Shotgun Shogun in the Twitch chat right now?
Oh my god, it's the real Shotgun Shogun. Give us a second, guys. We gotta give it up for the real Shotgun Shogun. My green screen got a little fucked up, but it's alright. The real deal Holyfield. Give it up. Ole. Ole, 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 ole. How you doing, bud? It's good to see you. Yeah, no, man. Only the best for you, bruh. Only the best. Yeah, no. Trying my best a little bit, you know. Green screen's being a bitch. But, you know, hey. Doing the best I can. Hope you're doing well. Doing the writer tier list. Maybe do some JP action if we have some time. Didn't think this stream would go on this long. But, you know, here he is. Thomas Clark, he's back. Look, man, he never left. He's always here. He's always here. Is he playing FGO? Maybe. Is he making that bank with Epic 7? Definitely. But he knows them stonks, baby. Always a pleasure to have you, man. Always a pleasure. Next up, we got, due to lore-wise, he is the fastest servant in the game, even though stats say other servants are faster. Achilles!
He's like A+, we have him, right?
Yeah, we do have him at A+, and I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. I still stand by A+. I don't... He hasn't gotten touched, like, at all.
He's good. He's good at what he does. He's great. Fast as fuck, boy.
He could be better, though.
Yes. Is he good? I'll talk about this one. So yeah, no, just the fact that
I'm trying to eat right now, so
that works out perfectly. So yeah, first skill already really good. Grants quick performance for 3 turns and increases own crit damage for 3 turns. That's 20 to 30% each. That's actually pretty good. That's a pretty good quick up for himself. Second skill gives himself invincibility for 2 attacks or 5 turns, which is not that bad, and also increases his own defense for 3 turns, just in case you get past that invincibility. Not bad. Third skill, he has a ton, but also increases his own MP generation and charges his own MP gauge 20 to 30%. Not bad again. So it's pretty good. We're pretty much there. For me, personally, I'd love for that third skill to be 30 to 50%. Like, honestly, that would be really good. But that aside, MP increases own quick performance for 1 attack, for 1 turn. Not 1 attack, 1 turn. I'm being silly. Activates first, and also deals damage to everyone else. So he's really good and really useful for farming. Problem. Doesn't really have any much multiplicative stacking going on here. It's basically all additive with the quick performance for his first skill, the quick performance on his actual Noble Phantasm, and yeah, there is some crit damage, but you're not going to be really using him for face card. You're going to be using him to farm. So he needs some help, because even with Scotty, that's all additive. We're not dealing with anything multiplicative right now. It's a lot of damage, it could work, but A+ for now. I would love to see one like the third skill do like increases on attack, and then also make it a 30 to 50%. If that were to happen, I would put him up there in EX. But right now he's A+. He's good. He's not bad. If you like the carrots, eat the carrots. If you like Achilles, play Achilles. You have another chance to get him next year.
He's like, as much as I hate the fact that he spooked me, I actually do like Achilles. I ham up the fact that like this bastard spooked me 3 times in a row while rolling for Chiron. But I actually do like enjoy Achilles. I really do. I actually use him like a fucking lot. He's like 1 buff away from EX.
So close.
Like unironically, he is like 1 buff away from EX. He hasn't, like, he legitimately hasn't gotten touched. No MP strengthening, no skill buffs, like none at all. He gets buffed like once, and like we have to reevaluate if he's EX or A+.
Yeah, we will have to talk about it when that conversation comes up. But next up, we got Sakamoto Ryoma. Now let's talk about this one. Do we still think he's EX?
I still think he's EX, yeah.
All right, cool.
For what he does, the timing of it, especially NNA, he just came out again, so he's like fairly relevant.
So you want him up here? He's up there with Rider Kintoki level, huh?
He doesn't do the damage of Kintoki, right? He's not supposed to though. And I feel like people hyper focus on the fact that he's a single target welfare, and they're immediately like, does he do what Kintoki does? And it's like, bro, chill, settle, okay? Kintoki is Japanese Hercules. No fucking wonder this son of a bitch is gonna punch you and lightning's gonna come out your ass. But Sakamoto is of a more subtle flavor. Alright? He is of a sake to Kintoki's hard fucking spiced rum!
Alright, fair.
First skill is a charisma. 3 turns. 8.5 to 17%. It's pretty alright. Party-wide battery. Increases debuff resistance. Pretty alright. Alright. Okay. His third skill. Star Bomb. And a 3-turn Arts Up. He's not supposed to be this high damage dealer, but he's this nice party buffer. He gives the entire party everything. An attack up. An Arts Up. Crit stars. A battery. Debuff resistance. And his NP has a chance to reduce the enemy's NP on a 60 to 100% overcharge, while also doing really good damage. Not again Kintoki levels, but really good damage, especially considering he has multiplicative scaling as an Arts NP.
Yeah, they're just not. Also, there isn't really many arts single target writers out there. This is not really a thing. I'm not gonna fight on that. I'll take it. I like myself some Ryoma Sakamoto. I already know the comments are gonna be up in smoke, but we'll talk about that in a couple of picks later on anyway. So,
listen, out of everything on this list, I expected either Medusa or Sakamoto to Ryoma to be up my ass. But you know what? I'm not giving up on my boy Ryoma. Alright? All motherfuckers want to keep him down, but Oryu will keep him up!
Hey, Oryu's EX tier all the way. And that's not biased when my girlfriend voices her. Now, red hair. Red hair. We got him an A. Got him an A. Looking at him. Let's see why. Oh.
You saw it immediately, didn't you?
Okay.
You saw it immediately.
His quick up, right? Listen. His quick up. 20 to 30% with a crit star generation for 30 to 50% for 5 turns, but for 3 attacks. Oh, are you kidding me? They just couldn't do it. They just couldn't let him have a 3-turn. Like, what would have been the problem making it just 3 turns? Instead of this 3 attack 5 turn bullshit with a 5-turn cooldown. Just make it 3 turns. It would have been good. Second skill, increases own crit star absorption, ignores invisibility, and gains self evasion for 1 turn. Not bad, that's a good skill. That's not bad, especially because of the fact that Berserkers have a very, very low absorption rate. So this helps with that, at the very least. And then he also has a way to increase his own crit damage and his own attack. Oh my god, why is it 3 attacks for 5 turns again? What the fuck? He's literally screwing himself over. He's literally fucking himself. Why? Why? You didn't need to do that, bro.
I'm so happy you see it.
Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it. No phantasm. Ignores defense buffs of all enemies. Has a chance to seal their skills. It's not bad. It's great. I mean, shit. You would think he's a good unit. 4 hits on his quick cards. I mean, fuck, man. Only thing he's missing is like MP generation. But no, we just had to do the fucking 3 attack from Victor. Fuck it, we're moving on. Next up.
The anger in this man. So, alright, quick explanation of why me and Moo despise this whole, like, multiple attacks for turns. Is because it's just for consistency. The reason why, like, for example, Artoria Lancer alters buff that recently just happened, because that'll be on most people's minds. That buff is essentially just a 20% battery. Nothing else changes. Why? Because it's essentially still a 1-turn buster up. This quick up and, like, well, specifically for the quick up, right? It is a 1-turn quick up essentially. Don't look at the 5 turns, look at the fact that it's for 3 attacks. When you use it, you're going to be using it for the fact that he has either quick cards up or his Noble Phantasm up. Or you're going to have all 3. That's going to be gone in 1 turn. The reason why they have the multiple attacks is so that you can get the most usage out of it consistently. It's essentially all of these skills that he has are for one turn. He is essentially a one and done.
Honestly, yeah, he just hamstrings himself. I'm sorry. I know we love Chinese lore as much as the next person because 3 kingdoms. Come on, but we gotta move on. Hey guys, so we've entered that part of the stream. We've entered that part of the video where we're gonna have some very contentious opinions about a servant, not 2 in a row. In fact, I'm gonna need you first of all to understand that these are our opinions, respect us for our opinions, and if you want to talk about it, feel free to talk about it in the chat. Just be civil, don't throw insults, anything else. That being said, Reines is the best writer in the game.
I love how, like, calm you were about that. You know what? You know what?
Oh, jeez. Yes, Reines is literally one of the best writers in the game. Tell me why, Musaki. Oh, overruled. Tell me why, Musaki. Why do you like this little smug-ass child? Who is this small, sassy child? I'll tell you. Listen up. First skill. She has advice to the strategist. I guess he can sit McGee technically. Yeah, that's right. Laugh it up. Laugh it up. Bring it. Drink it in, man. Drink it in, man. Now then. First skill. Advice and strategist. Increases party defense by 3 turns. Reduces party attack. Damage taken by 3 turns. Charges party DP gauge by 10%. You guys know what that is. That's Waver's skill. She has that. Moving on. Second skill. Charges one ally's MP gauge by 20% and increases their attack by 3 turns. Oh, but as a demerit, she reduces her own attack by 20% for 3 turns. Oh no. That doesn't fucking matter because they're getting a 20 to 40% attack up for 3 turns and you just charge their MP by 20%. Now, Volume Hydrogyrum, that is how you say it. The buff was interesting and good. The fact that you pretty much just granted someone a temporary volume of Hydrogyrum. Sadly, because of 3 turns, it goes away, but it's a really strong buff. I get it. You don't want them stacking stuff. Increase their debuff resist by 3 turns. But they decided to buff this skill. It's not buffed upon launch, so you're not going to get this right off the rip. But next year, 2022, thing now charges MP 10 to 20%. So now she is literally giving 50% battery to a servant of your choice with all of her skills. This pretty much makes her a more defensive-based Waver.
Not even. She's actually technically more attack-based.
Fair.
Funnily enough.
Because
the 40% attack up.
Yeah.
Waver's isn't 40%, it's 30.
So it's more focused on making one unit really good versus
instead of
making
every unit
everyone
really good, right?
Which actually lines up with Reines anyway. And Seimei. So I'll take it. Let's not talk about the fact that she also has writing and territory creation as passives. So, okay, cool. Anyway, let's get into the Double Phantasm, which has a chance to reduce all enemies' defense by 3 turns. This is 30 to 50%. Grants the party ignore defense class disadvantage for 3 turns. And then also removes own debuffs. With a 150% chance to reduce their critical attack for 3 turns, 20 to 60%. This is very unique. Yeah, it's not a stun. Yeah, it's not poison. Yeah, you don't reduce the MP. But that's actually pretty good, because you know what? She makes Berserkers go burr. Like, Berserkers don't have anything to fear if she's on the field.
One of the best things about, like, looking at a support servant is that you can actually, like, look at what they do to buff people. She literally makes one of the demerits of using a Berserker, which is the fact they will always take extra damage, and nullifies that, while also, like, removing debuffs and lowering the defense of all enemies. Like, following that, the whole argument with Reines of, oh, but she's a rider, she'll steal crit stars. That doesn't fucking matter.
She's not.
You wanna know why that doesn't fucking matter? Because if it fucking mattered that she was taking crit stars, then you're not using her for the fact that she has a 40% attack up and a fucking battery. Right? You're not looking at the fact that she has a targetable fucking volume in. You're not looking at her for that. You're looking at her because you're in a fucking crit comp. In which case, the crit stars don't fucking matter because you're generating enough crit stars that her taking any doesn't matter in the first place. You're making up an argument to try and defend you still using Waver. But I have a fucking enlightenment for you. She's a 1-to-1 ratio of Waver. What is it that everybody likes to do in this game? They have a pocket Waver. Why? Because he's a 50% battery on the fly. Plug suit, throw in a Waver. You didn't fucking loop properly? Plug suit one of those supports out, throw a Waver in. Oh my god, you don't need to do that anymore. You have a Reines. You have 2 fucking options you can use now.
Variety. Now Waver doesn't stand alone at the top. Now he actually has some people around him. Notice how I say people. But literally, Reines is the best there was, best there is, and the best there will ever be. Seriously. In a class of her. Now then, y'all about to be pissed. Vinci Lily. Guys, understand. I get she's really good. I get it. I get it, she has her uses, but you need to understand. Waste it. You need to understand something. She is good, but let's talk about why she's not EX. First skill, grandson.
Is Kristen breathing? Call them a hoe, please. No, I can't just call people hoes. Come on. I already had to rein myself in to not tell people to shut. It's a bad argument. Don't encourage me to insult. We're civil here.
We're trying to be civil
here.
We don't wanna be hypocrites here. So, first skill, Golden Real Body is grant self debuff immunity for 3 turns, recovers HP for 3 turns, charges MP for 3 turns, 10 to 20%. Really good. Please note, she has the highest rank of this skill. So pretty good. I'm not sure if that actually is the case now that Meave got buffed, but at the time it was. Anyway, second skill. Oh my god, what is this? Evasion for 1 attack. Notice how it says 1 attack. Increases own damage. Critical damage for 1 turn. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that it says granted self-evasion for 1 attack, this would be bad. It's pretty good. At the very least, she's surviving 1 hit. Regardless, you can keep this up. But crit damage. But moving on from there. Third skill. This is the interesting one. She increases party's MP damage for 3 turns and then charges their MP by 10%. Then overcharges party's MP stage by 1 for 1 turn. That MP damage is 20 to 30%. Also has writing and territory creation. So there's that. But MP deals damage to all enemies, charges party's MP gauge by 20%. So between that and the third skill, that's 30%. And also increases her own arch performance before attacking. So looping is good here. Looping is effective. You can loop with Vinci Lily with all of this stuff going in there, especially with some help. The problem is that on her own, we have issues. She kind of... What's up? What you saw? What you read?
The stream is always civil. It's the YouTube comments that come later that aren't.
This is true. Stream, y'all are great. I love y'all. I love stream chat. YouTube chat though? Ah, shit.
Y'all some bitches!
No, we're not insulting. We're not insulting.
Sorry. You're right.
Let's pull back.
Y'all some lovely motherfuckers.
Love your faces.
You gotta add the lovely.
Oh, man. Good comment, Alteri. If I had the ability to gift you a membership, I would, just off of that comment alone. She doesn't really do anything aside from that. So her second skill is obviously the weakest skill. While yes, it's an evade for 1 attack. That's good. aside from that third skill and her MP, what is she doing? What is she doing herself? She's making sure she's alive. She makes sure she's around. She exists. She doesn't really do anything that increases attack, so you can't get that multiplicative. She doesn't have anything to do with arts like performance for the team. Yeah, her MP has an arts performance for herself for one turn. So yeah, if you keep looping it, so long as you keep looping and you get the MP off, sure. But not good enough.
Well, I mean, the major issue is that she only hits 3 times.
Ah, shit. I didn't even see that. Fuck, man. Oh, man.
Alright, so the NP only hits 3 times, and she can loop. You can do it. And she can neutral farm. But it requires shit, right? You have to go out of your way to do it. It's not like she can just, like, do it out of the kindness of her heart. Of course, Castoria comes along and makes it easier, but of course, we're not looking at her, like, with Castoria, right? But she needs help to do it. It's not like intrinsically her hit counts allow her to do it or her skills allow her to do it.
So just
it's outside help.
So just responding to that, as Jared was saying, I'm not trying to be selective, but this is a good point because this will come up. When will Da Vinci be on her own? No. Are there a lot of solos with her? No, we're not. But okay, is she your damage dealer or is she your support? Give me a reason why I would choose Ryder Da Vinci Lily over Castoria, over Tomomo, over Waver, over Reines. What does she provide that I can't get nowhere else? In her own tier, Reines does her job better in my opinion. Keeping you alive, giving you MP. You want to loop? Sure, you can do that. Looping doesn't mean that you are good at the game. Looping doesn't mean they're the best unit in the world. I can give 2 shits if you can loop. Good for you. Does it help me? Awesome. Doesn't mean that they're the best. That just means they're really good at something that they have. You gotta look at the whole kit. You gotta look at everything.
Stares very specifically at Mordred Ryder that we put in there because she's hyper focused on looping. A little bit different than Da Vinci Lily, who isn't hyper focused on it but can do it.
Yeah, like her whole thing is, hey, I loop and I do it really good. That is my thing. Da Vinci's like, I can help you loop. I can give you a little bit of MP.
Mothman, no.
Oh my god, is Mothman here?
He has graced to the chat saying, but Musaki, all of those things you're saying apply to me. So why aren't you using me?
Well, Mothman, let me tell you what, Mothman, if we get, what's it at? Where are we at now? If we get 42 subs, I guess you'll be on a second archive. You'll actually be in my party, so I guess.
But does it help you? Cool. Does it help me without a Scotty? No! Thank you, Dino Slayer. Thank you. You right? I appreciate you.
Alright. Cool.
Looping doesn't need skills, you bitch.
Moth lies matter, Musaki. God damn it. Fuck. Alright, we gotta move on. I've already said my piece. Get it. A+. Deal with it. Anyway. Bro.
Now let's talk about why Bartholomew is yes.
Oh shit, that would've been hilarious. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean?
just a hard fucking smash. Just we go on like a 5 to 10 minute tirade over Da Vinci Lily. People losing their fucking minds. And it's just like, oh yeah. Now let's talk about why this other like budget Drake is also ES.
Oh my god. Nice A. A for the similar reasons why Christopher Columbus and Blackbeard are, but with the interesting fact that his MP, as an overcharge effect, actually deals extra damage to low rarity enemies, meaning bronze 1 to 2. That's interesting. That means you want to use him for farming for low rarity units. That is very unique, and the reason why I like it is because it shows that DW is willing to experiment with the game, even more so with the caster unit that we'll be reviewing on the caster tier list. But he's solid. I mean,
I fucking am angry.
We're both.
Because I love Bartholomew. I love Bartholomew so much.
He's cute as fuck.
Y'all don't know, but I've only grilled like 3 units in this entire game. 4, sorry. I've only grilled 4 units in this entire game. Leonidas, Serenity, Estrella, and Bartholomew Roberts. I've grilled all of them. Any account I've ever made, any throwaway account, whatever, I have only grilled these 4. I love Bartholomew Roberts, and it pains me to put him here. It is a intrinsic part of my soul that is like gone.
Pretty much. But that's really it. We're gonna talk about Plushie Mistress's favorite unit, Rider Carmilla. I want to say A+. Didn't we put her A+?
No, we put her in A. Yeah, there it is, Carmilla right there in A.
Alright, let's talk about it. I wanna look at it a bit. Not just because Plushie Mistress is my friend, but let's see. First skill.
Didn't Plushie also like get angry at like the inability to loop with?
Yeah, no, it's frustrating.
She made a fucking meme video about that, right?
It was very frustrating.
It was like a 30-second meme video where she tried to loop with it, wasn't able to do it, and it's just that meme of throwing out your fucking computer.
It does suck. That does suck.
It hit my.
Because Carmilla,
really
first, she looks real good. And on the surface, you think her skills are there. First skill can seal the enemy skill 100%, so great if you level it up. Reduces their defense against crit damage for 3 turns. Interesting. And then it's crit bomb, 5 to 15. Let's move on. Second skill. Calling card. It's a Lupin reference, not a Persona reference, okay? It's fine. They have a delayed buff applied, which reduces one enemy's MP gauge by 1 after 1 turn, and then charges the MP gauge by 1 after 1 turn as well. Also reducing one enemy critical attack. That's not bad. 15 to 25%, that's an odd number. Still, whatever. Mistress C EX absorbs all enemies' HP. Their HP cannot fall below 1 for the skill. Fuck. The amount of HP reduced on the enemies equal to the amount of HP healed by Carmilla. Reduces their defense for 3 turns, so she can absorb 2,000 from each enemy. So the 3 enemies, that's 6,000 HP that she drains from all of them, and then reduces their defense 20 to 30%. Not bad. MP deals damage to all enemies, puts a buff block status on them, and then reduces their quick resistance by 3 turns. There's a big problem with this skill set. Where's the quick performance up? What the fuck happened to it? Where is it at? Where's my charisma? You have everything else that you really need, and then you have this weird ass I'ma suck your blood HP at the end, and it's like, okay, that's fine, Carmilla.
All right, technically she has a defense down, which is considered an attack up, so she does have something. 1,
and I will take it because it's 20 to 30%. But come on, quick, just give her a quick buff, something. She's so close. So close. Man, I'm sorry.
Also, give her something like NP Gen.
Yeah. Help her out a little bit. I mean, she's gonna get stars, but right now she has a lower MP charge rate than fucking Iskandar. So I was like, fuck, man. And that was before the buff. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Plushie Mistress. Gotta be an A.
They did you dirty.
I'm sorry, dude. Next up. Manricardo!
Now let's talk about why Manricardo is EX.
Oh, God.
That's just gonna be... I'm just gonna say that for every remaining servant, by the way. I'm too tickled not to say it.
Look, the first time we did it, it was fucking great, so I understand. And then the Bartholomew one was good. He's an A.
Yeah, we have him in A.
He's an A. And I say that's a good spot for him. I say that's a good spot.
Yeah,
nope. I mean, he increases his own defense and attack for his first turn, the second skill, which is the issue for me. You can only use it when his HP is 50% or less.
It also kills him.
That's... Damn it, Bartholomew.
Yeah, did you not know that?
I didn't. I never used him. Okay.
So the thing about Manricardo, right? Is he has the armor of 9 worthies. So
yes.
He increases his attack up. No, sorry, he increases his defense, and then it's a party-wide 20% charisma. And then and then he has the third skill, which is the 3-turn 20% arts and quick up while also being a taunt.
Right.
And then his Noble Phantasm has all of his Quick Buster and Arts performances increase by like 20 to 40% before activation, right? So that his entire shtick is he gets all the attention onto himself. He has this high-ass defense up so that he doesn't immediately explode when they all hit him. And then you pop his second skill so he gets that 50% attack up and that 100% crit damage up. And whenever he attacks, he removes
defensive buffs.
All defensive buffs. It's not one, it's all of them. In order for his Noble Phantasm to hurt like a motherfucker, because he lowers his attack when he hits. It's all meant for this suicidal rush charge.
God damn.
And I think he's good. I don't think he's great though, but I don't think he's bad. What he does, he is designed for a very specific thing, which you can see. You can see exactly what he's meant to do. I just don't like it.
Damn, that's fucked up. Alright, well, only 4 more. Let's see where these lovely...
Let's take a break, though, first, to get this battle ready on Stream Raiders.
See, you can do this. You can fucking do commercials. That was a smooth as fuck transition. Even I forgot. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, cool. 4 more. Let's talk about Grandma Europa.
A+.
Yes. 100% yes. I agree with that. Grandma is good for a variety of reasons. And I'm about to tell you why. Grants self-invincibility for 3 attacks. That's a coup level invincibility. That is stronger than Marie's. Wow. Also increases own debuff resistance. Holy shit. You're starting off strong, Europa. What else you got? Alright. Increases our performance for 3 turns and buster performance for 3 turns. 20-30%. And also has a 20-30% MP battery. Europa. I like what I see. I like it. What's the 3rd skill? 60% chance to charm all enemies for 1 turn. Not bad. Reduces their defense for 3 turns and reduces their critical attack for 3 turns. So even if you don't get the charm, 10 to 20% reducing of their defense is good. I like what I see. MP increases their own damage by 50% for 1 turn. Activate first. Don't touch me. Deals damage to all enemies and also increases their own buster performance for 1 turn. I like that. This is good. This is solid. This is good stuff. She's saying, I'm gonna be here, and when I'm here, I'm gonna fuck you up for hurting my grandkids. You piece of shit.
When Grandma pulls out the Glock.
Call an ambulance, but
not for me.
God damn. Europa's good though. Seriously, she's a great unit. Just again, she suffers from being in a sea of very good units. Now let's take a moment real quick, because we're not done yet. But let's take a moment to appreciate that St. Martha's hanging with literal gods. She's the only 4-star right now, hanging at A+. Like, what's up?
What's up? Everyone else is a 5-star, and you know what? That's fine. I got my faith and my prayer right here.
Hey, faith and prayers can get me through a lot. Let me tell you.
Tarask can tell you about that.
It hurts me. It hurts. But Tristan, I'm sorry, you gotta talk about your boy Odysseus.
Odysseus hurts me.
Yep.
Odysseus hurts me on like a intrinsic level. Like my favorite Greek hero is Odysseus. And he's so cool. But he's so fucking Alright, preface. He's not a bad unit. He's an A. He's a solid A.
Yes.
Very, very solid A. Alright. I just have a pet peeve with the fact that he's like a Trojan War, like a glorified Trojan War hero, and they don't mention the Odyssey, like, at all!
Yeah.
I wanted more! And I got nothing! Anyway, he's not like on the level of like Mordred or Vinci Lily, right? But he's like aggressively okay, right? He's not aggressively good. He's aggressively, right?
Yeah, it's not
And the
bad.
reason why like I compare him to Mordred and Da Vinci is because he's got an AoE arts, right? AoE arts, his first skill is a quicken arts performance up. And much like Manricardo, it's a taunt, but it's to everyone but whoever he targets. So he can target whoever doesn't get taunted, which is cool, which is nice. His second skill is a 20 to 30% battery, gives himself charm immunity for 5 turns, and is an Eternal Arms Mastery style star absorption for 1 turn. I mean, for an AoE like unit that people are going to primarily use to farm, a 30% battery isn't the best, but it's better than nothing.
He doesn't need absorption when he's already a rider.
He doesn't need absorption when he's a rider. Exactly. Following that, his third skill is a 1-turn invuln, buff removal resistance for 1 turn, and a defense up for 3 turns, 20 to 30%. This motherfucker has aggressive, okay skills. They are very okay on their own, but they do not mesh. They do not go well together at all.
No synergy.
There is no synergy in this kit whatsoever. And he doesn't even loop effectively. It is very wishy-washy if he loops at all, which is very sad because his fucking NP removes any defensive buffs, including Artoria's Solemn Defense.
And
he increases his NP damage on Overcharge. So like he has stuff, but it's like all of the stuff that you say is good, but not implemented in a way that works together.
But Gundam, I get it. But no. Sorry. I'll break your hearts a little bit more.
Because the only thing he gives the team is nothing. He's entirely self-centered, but doesn't really give himself anything to truly succeed.
Let's talk about, I'm gonna break your hearts even more. Murasaki Shikabue, the titties!
I've changed my opinion on Murasaki, by the way.
Oh!
I was under the impression, my dumb ass, that she was an AoE. She's a single target.
Oh.
She's the single target. My dumb ass, 4 months ago, put her in B because I thought she was a fucking AoE. She's fucking not. She's a single target. This bitch is an A+.
Ooh! Ooh! Alright. Alright. Martha, you get to be in front because you were there first, but alright, cool. Tell us why, man. Tell us why.
My dumb ass looked at her skills and was like, why the fuck is she an AoE but only targets 1 unit to have a defense down? My dumb ass thought this. And then I was like, that doesn't make sense. Let me look over her again. And I was like, oh, fuck, she's a single target. Oh, no! Oh!
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I looked at this unit completely wrong. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, no, she's an A+. She's a very solid unit. Like, legitimately very, very, very solid. I hate her. I hate Rita for making her as fetishistic as she fucking is. I hate everything about her booba being everywhere.
But booba tea.
I don't give a fuck about the boobies. I give a fuck about the gameplay. The gameplay speaks for itself. She is very, very solid.
But if you, but if you like the titties, it's there.
If you like the titties, it's there. Yes. So her first skill is, we don't really care about the first effect being an NP steal chance from 50 to 100%. What we care about is the fact that it's a 3-turn 20 to 30% defense down on 1 unit. Very nice. Her second skill is an enemy debuff resistance, 500% chance to proc. So it's gonna go off. Fuck you, unless you have like debuff immunity, and then well played. But seals their skills. The debuff resistance down is a 50 to 100%, and it's a 20 to 30 arts resistance lowered for 1 turn. Her third skill is a 20% 3-turn NP regen and a 20 crit bomb. Why is this pretty alright? As a single target unit, she lowers the art's resistance on her overcharge for 3 turns. So you can kickstart her damage with her second skill because it scales multiplicatively with the defense down, so that her follow-up arts cards scale multiplicatively afterwards with the overcharge, with a double arts, double quick deck. She is very, very good. That is on me for earlier on. None of y'all saw this, but I have to own up.
Word.
I have to own up to the fact that I looked at this unit wrong, put them in a lower tier. I shouldn't have done that.
Bird up. But now, normally we like to end these lists something with bombastic, something great, something crazy, something that's like, oh man, want to stamp my seal of approval on this. This is gonna be the bookend, or this is the final ending to this, the thing that's gonna make you think about this tier list video. But I mean, realistically, we're talking about Nemo here, so it's kind of anticlimactic, just a little bit,
Just a tiny bit.
just a tiny bit. Nemo, oh Nemo, I wanted you to be a lot better than what you ended up being. So Nemo, yes, that's Captain Nemo. Spoilers. Okay. Quick double arch double buster unit. First skill is increasing parties MP damage for 1 turn. Nice. Increasing party attack for 1 turn. Nice. Wish it was longer, but nice. Further increases party attacks on water side and void space battlefield for 3 turns. We're gonna get to that in a moment. Second skill. Grants self guts 1 time 5 turns, charges own MP gains 30%, and when he activates his guts, charges your MP 30 to 50%. Not bad. Does kind of depend on you dying and crocking that guts to get that, but hey, worst case scenario, you're back in the fight. Not bad. Third skill. Increases art performance for 3 turns, 10 to 20%. Not bad. This is for the party, by the way. Further increases party's art performance on water side or void space battlefield for 3 turns. We'll get to that. Critical stars 5 to 15. Now, on a minor note, there is a passive. See Gotch Protection increases own critical damage of arch cards by 10% and also reduces own damage taken by 500 when you're on water side. Void space battlefield. Now, MP. So everything you hearing, you would think, I know what the MP is gonna do. This is why he valued Melt Lancer so much. The MP is gonna pull it off here. Increases own MP damage by 20% when on water side or void space battlefield for 1 turn. Activates first. Ignores evasion on water side. Void space battlefield for 1 turn. Activates first. Deals damage to 1 enemy. Deals an extra damage to super large enemies. And also increases own MP damage for 1 turn and activates first. How the fuck are you gonna determine when half the shit is connected to water side or void space battlefield? So you mean to tell me I can do all this awesome shit, but I have to depend on where I'm at? Why is so much of his kit tied to the territory where he's at, and he can't give it? Why can Melt Lancer, a 4-star limited summer servant, can do that, but Nemo can't? And he's been in the game technically longer. Getting playism, but he was there. His lore, he should be really good, and these are really good skills, but why the fuck can't you just say, hey, now we make the field water slide or void space battlefield? Now all of a sudden he's a lot better. But that depends on where you are. And before Gawain had the ability to do that, he was not that great. And the reason why Berserker Nobunaga was not that great at first was because she couldn't make their own battlefield. You needed Mao Nobu to do that, and that's fucking sucks. I'm mad enough to put him in B, but because I actually like Nemo, he's in A. That's fucked up.
Why the fuck does Nemo not give himself the water side buff? You did it 3 times earlier!
Mm-hmm.
You have the ability and the technology to make this small, precious child actually one of the best units in the game.
You just didn't do it.
And you soiled it!
Soiled it.
Soiled it! No.
Bird up. What up?
Do you know what his fucking bond CE does? Look at his fucking bond CE.
No, we're done. No, we're done. We're done. Nope, we're done. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this writer tier list. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Really, I definitely did. It's been a long time coming, and I do apologize for that. This video will be super long, but hey, you know what? Just because you stuck it out with us, I'm not gonna private this video. Normally for members only, I actually make so that the first week that a stream is out, that it's only for members only. But because this reader tier list has been so sought after, I'll let you guys check it out early before I actually cut it up. This is going to be probably 3 hours long, lots of cuts. I apologize, but I really hope you stick there with us. Why don't you tell us what your writer tier list is? I'm going to, of course, in the description and comment, leave the tier list for you to make it on your own. Share it. Be more than happy to see that with you guys. And hey, hopefully the caster tier list will be out a little sooner. But you might not like what happens there too. So hey, if you want to see what I put for the caster tier list, why don't you go ahead and give us a sub, like the video. I mean, it's pretty good, it helps us out. Make sure we continue to make these videos, and actually, it doesn't cost you anything. But for those who actually want to go the extra mile and do want to support us financially, check out our Patreon. It's pretty cool, get a lot of cool benefits, only for as low as $3, so let's go check it out. And yeah, anyhow, my name is Musaki from the Goddamn Heroes, and we're logging out. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.